He's Justin Tuck, the Giants defensive end, had a big night against RG3 and the Redskins with 4 sacks. He joins us on the program. Can a defensive player, defensive lineman, be in the zone? We talk about other athletes, other positions, but were you in the zone on Sunday night?
Maybe a little bit. I think, I think when you think about being in the zone, a lot of times you don't really understand what you're doing to make those plays happen. And honestly, after the plays, man, I really couldn't tell guys guys on the other, opposite of me on the D line would ask me what move I beat them with, and I really didn't know. I think if I can be in the zone, I think that Sunday night might have been that time.
Difference between RG3 this year and last year, is it noticeable to you?
I thought he looked pretty good against us. Watching film on him, you do see certain weeks him be a little bit more explosive than other weeks. But I thought against us, he looked pretty fast. I don't know exactly what he ended up with rushing, but he had almost around that 100-yard mark against us. So I don't know. I understand what guys are talking about because you do see the difference week to week sometimes, but you can just tell he isn't the RG that took the league by storm last year.
Is it more frustrating? You go against Cam Newton or Russell Wilson or Colin Kaepernick, RG3 when he's healthy, or somebody like Manning or Brady that it's really hard to put a hand on him. What's more frustrating for you, chasing down a guy or trying to get through, a wedge of blockers?
Oh man, it's tough, man. It really is. I think both styles of quarterbacks, have their advantages. I think I would rather play, a stationary quarterback than guys that run 4.3s and 4.4s. Because even when you break you do get lucky and break the line of scrimmage sometimes against those guys, they're going to outrun you. Against Peyton and some of the other quarterbacks, they're more of a pocket quarterbacks. If you're blessed enough to get a good move and it's a double move or something like that where he's holding the ball, he's not going to elude you or outrun you. So I think playing guys like RG and Cam, that's a double-edged sword as far as getting pressure on them, getting sacks on them. Whereas those pocket quarterbacks, if you're lucky enough to get in on them, you're probably going to get the sack.
What is that moment like right before impact when you're hitting a quarterback from the blind side?
I mean, it's weird. Honestly, it's kind of like one of those moments where now, when I first got in the league, it was like yes. Now it's kind of like, do I make sure I'm not hitting him in the leg, make sure I'm not hitting him in the head, make sure that this sack is actually going to count because I don't want to get a 15-yard penalty and a fine on top of hitting him in the wrong place. And honestly, you do think about it in that moment of contact. You are thinking about, are you hitting this guy in a place where it's not going to cost you a lot of money?
You have to aim, Justin. Isn't that weird?
You do. But it's funny because I think that lets me know how much the rule makers have regard for us as D linemen, as athletes, because you got a 330-pounder pushing you or holding you, and you still have to aim at a quarterback and hit him in a certain spot. So it's difficult, but it's a quarterback-driven league, and you understand it. But it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, but do you look at them and you go, they're just pretty boys, and like that you dislike them even more because the league has to go out of its way to protect them more?
I think so. I mean, you know the quarterbacks in this league that aren't pretty boys, and it's a few of them that are really actually tough guys and guys that I respect a lot.
Who's the toughest quarterback?
The toughest that I've played against,
yep.
I would probably have to say Brady. For me, me personally, I think when it comes to tough quarterbacks, you think about Brett Favre and guys that had long streaks like that. But Brady for me, because having an opportunity to play against him in the Super Bowl and how many times we hit him and things of that nature, just seeing him get off the ground when we thought we had knocked him out on some plays, just get back up and go back at it. For me, I think Brady has I have a true respect for him because I've played against him in those situations.
I remember Mike Strahan telling me that. He said, we beat him up. We gave him everything, and he never complained. If anything, he'd yell at his linemen, but he never had anything to say to us as defensive players.
Not at all. And, going into that game, I can say I had a shift of feelings for Brady after that game. It was definitely a moment where I looked at him across the line of scrimmage and kind of I don't know if he saw me, but I kind of gave him a nod, like, you're a pretty tough dude. Because I knew, he hadn't been hit a lot that year, and it seemed like we couldn't do any wrong that night. And I don't know, we hit him 20 plus times that night. So, a lot of respect given to him for that.
Talking to New York Giants defensive end Justin Tuck, what are you doing with Subway?
Oh yeah, Subway is a great sponsor of mine, and today we're just out celebrating the December Customer Appreciation Month, where we're thanking fans for their support and offering the meatball marinara and the cold cut combo for $2 all month long. We've got 12 days of thanks where fans can go on Twitter and use hashtag 12 days of thanks for a chance to win Subway cards, and it's just a way that Subways continue to show their customer appreciation.
Good to visit with you again as always. Congrats on the big game against the Redskins. Thank you, Justin.
I appreciate it, Dan. It's always a pleasure.
All right, Justin Tuck, Giants defensive end.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.